Now we have to describe in very narrow way the stages for the mix design development, Superpave mix design. So it is taken as there are 5 stages. First stage, selection of asphalt binder. Let me explain it. Selection of asphalt binder. I cannot select it myself. Keep this thing in mind. I cannot select it myself. Either I will have to go to the project specification. Project specification can clearly tell me that your project is located in a hot climate region. There you have to use this type of the binder content. It is as a part of the specification. But I, as an engineer, if I have to decide that which type of the binder will be used, then I will have to study the project location. From this project location, I will calculate the maximum temperature, I will calculate the minimum temperature. From this maximum minimum temperature calculation, I will reach to the conclusion that what type of the binder is suitable for this area. So that is why this selection, after selecting this binder content, we will see that does this binder content satisfy all the requirement. So that's why this lecture is not a single line, it is a complete lecture. It is a series of lecture. I will explain in my coming video that how the selection of binder content is done. Clear? Just for your introduction, keep one thing in mind. It depends upon XX, mean high temperature. It depends upon the YY, low temperature. Then it depends upon the location. From this location, we will try to know latitude. Clear it? So that's why when we will apply these calculations, after that we have to consider the traffic level, we have to consider the reliability factor, all these things which are requirement for the selection of this binder, I will explain in detail in my coming videos. Next one, selection of aggregate. You know, in a first lecture, I told you aggregate. I cannot take it myself. Aggregate are going to satisfy certain tests, certain properties. If those properties are satisfied, along this we can say that these aggregates have been selected. When these aggregates are selected, from this selection we will make the trial blend, known as design aggregate structure. Clear this? Aggregates are selected provided if they satisfy certain type of the test or certain type of the properties, then we will make the trial blend. That trial blend means how we are going to combine them. That trial blend is known as the design aggregate structure. Third stage, evaluation of trial blend. What do we mean by this? It means that we have taken 3-4 trial blends. From those 3-4 trial blends, we will reach to the conclusion which is going to satisfy the requirement of the Superpave. Aggregate as a whole, because this is the design aggregate structure. Aggregate structure, it is a combination of aggregate. From this combination of aggregate, we are going to select which is going to satisfy the Superpave requirement. And that selection is known as the evaluation of the trial blend. From this evaluation of the trial blend, we will select suitable. Fourth one, evaluation of optimum binder. This is the real part of this mix design. First, up to this, our aggregates blend is selected. After this binder is selected, which is going to satisfy the properties of the Superpave. Keep this thing in mind. Here, when I have reached to this point, here I can say that my aggregates is finalized. Here, binder is also finalized. You know, for the development of mix design, these two are required. My binder, it is very hard calculation. It's not an easy calculation, I will say this done. No, it is a long procedure. It is a complete chapter. It will be the series of lecture. I will explain it to you. Binder, selection is final. Aggregate, from it the selection is final. So do you feel that now mix design is final? No. Because still it has gone through the 4 stages. Still last stage is remaining. When I say my this binder content and my this aggregate content has been finalized, so it is going to give us hard mix asphalt design. But Superpave say it's not yet final. Last stage is remaining, and that last stage is the evaluation of moisture susceptibility. Keep this thing in mind. Evaluation of the moisture susceptibility. Okay, how much our selected aggregate and binder relationship is susceptible to the moisture. Here, certain tests are performed. If those tests are going to satisfy the properties of the Superpave, then this calculation done over here will be considered as our final. So let me explain you in very precise way. First of all, we will make the calculation for the selection of our asphalt binder. We will make the blend of the aggregates known as the trial blend. This trial blend is the drying aggregate structure. From this trial blends, we will select which is the most suitable evaluation of the trial blend. Some suitable one will be taken out. After this, we are going to select our optimum binder content. Here some graph will be drawn. I will show it to you. That binder content is our final. Now, up to this stage, for the mix design, 2 things are required: aggregate and the binder. Now it is final. But no, Superpave says it's not final. Check its result. Does their result are susceptible to the moisture? So that's why moisture susceptibility test is done. If this test is falling in the requirement of the Superpave, then it will be considered as final. Otherwise, if it is not falling, it means either we will have to change our aggregate source or we will have to study our binder content again. And thank you very much for seeing this video. If you have any comment, please let me know. In my coming video, I will explain each and everything in detail, and there will be many lectures regarding the selection of the asphalt binder content. And thank you for seeing this.